Good morning, it's Judges Jules, it's episode 10, it's Monday the 15th of August, and I have my friend, Simon Holden. Hello, Si, how are you, mate?
Hello, Judge. Feels like ages since I've seen you, mate. I hope you're all right.
If only that was the truth, eh? Yeah, so it was, let's be honest, it was a pretty ordinary week's racing, wasn't it, in the last week? I did do a video of a couple of horses from Judges Jules that they didn't run very well, if I'm honest. But the only horse I didn't cover from Judges Jules, which was last week, Alligator Alley. He hosed up in Friday evening, and he won easily. And he's due to run at York next week if he gets in the big handicap there. And I think he's got a good chance. So hopefully you did snap a bit of the 20s if that was the case. It's down to about 8-1 now. So so we found one gem, but perhaps a couple of non-gems.
Yeah, well done there, mate.
Right, then, mate. So shall we get cracking? Shall we cover the Great St Wilfrid? Because how close are we again?
Yeah. Oh, good earth. Yeah. Right, a cracker for me. Well, for us, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just bringing that race up. It was the 320, no, 250, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a 250 Ripon on Saturday. Yeah. The winner was obviously Intrinsic Bond, which we did discuss, was a Ripon specialist of running the race before, lower mark.
Yeah. Good earth, 20s, 20-1 SP. I'm really surprised. I mean, I said in the Friday show that I thought that was just a huge price, and sorry, I thought 16s was, and to go off 20s just shows you that these horses do get missed. Yeah, incredible. All
right, mate. So yeah, it just shows it can happen anyway. Well, I've got my first one from that. That is a Snash, the Easterby horse. It missed the break, didn't get a clear run, and was running on well at the end. I still think there's another win in that. What do you think?
Yeah, he's certainly the one to take out because he was so slowly away. I mean, his chance of winning was gone after a furlong, wasn't it? It really was. Definitely. I like the way he ran on. I suspect Tim will be quite annoyed that David Allen's kind of shown his hand by not getting any prize money, but flew home and put himself on everyone's tracker. But yeah, he's the one to take out of it. And you know what they're like. He'll be out again soon. While these fast ground handicaps are out there on the northern track. So he'll be winning soon. Snash, no doubt.
Definitely. Yeah, so he was my first one. So that's Snash. What's your first one, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Doncaster. Not literally, thankfully. No offense, anyway.
That's all right.
Oh, hang on. With the old gremlins in the works. Donny, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few gremlins here. I've only got a few minutes just to let you know. So something's up here. So
yeah, we'll be quick today.
Yeah, we'll be a bit quicker than normal.
Yeah, the 130.
Yes.
Was a Nursery. Now there was a huge odds-on jolly here called Hope You Can Run. Well, it certainly can for the Johnsons, Daniel Muscott Road. Now this was expected to absolutely cart up in this. And go on to much better things. And there was a huge word for it in the week. Now the field cut up, and so it's gone off 4-11. Certainly wasn't a betting proposition race. It was a race to look at.
Yeah.
Now one horse gave it a hell of a fright here. A horse called Transfer Affection.
Oh yes, Kevin I remember that race. Yeah, now too. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Fallon. Now Hope You Can Run. I expect, like most of these Johnson hotpots, was told to just blast off and make up. So I'll be quick. That didn't happen. Transfer Affection actually led and just went down a neck in an absolute ding dong. Yeah. Now the third was a 7.5 lengths back.
That's right.
So I think people will think Hope You Can Run as underperformed. I don't think it did. I think this Transfer Affection is very, very useful. And I am very keen to see where Mr. Ryan sends this next. So get this in your tracker or watch out for it. Transfer Affection, which ran in the 130 at Donny.
Yeah, it's a good one. I do remember that race. Look, that did give that 1.5 run, didn't it? My second one ran on Friday night at 7:58 at Newmarket. In that probably the race of the night at Newmarket. It was a good race, wasn't it? The mile race.
Yes. Yeah.
The horse that caught my eye there was Pistoletto. I hope I said that right.
Careful.
I might have been later on in the evening, but
and
it missed the break. When it was held up at the back, and I like them in their mile races. But as he come for his run, it got stopped, it got shut off. Then he came wide, the width of the field. They had already gone. The first two had already gone, and he nearly got up to third. And I thought that was a really, really good eye-catching run. Yeah, nothing really has been said in the press or everything since. The horse is rated 86 at the moment. Could even drop a pound. Probably won't. Probably stay off a mark of 86. This horse won off 92 last year at Lingfield. I think he's coming in and ready to win very shortly. Probably in the same, maybe in a grade below, sort of class 3, 4. Perhaps a class 4 race. But he's got to be thereabouts. What do you make of that run?
Yeah, I could not agree with you more there, mate. I think it's coming to the boil, isn't it, that one?
Yes.
Not the greatest of rides, perhaps.
It did look that way, didn't it? Yeah.
Not suggesting any gerrymandering or anything.
No, I don't think it wasn't dodgy. They just wanted to see you want a good ride. Anyway. Yeah. What's your favourite saying? If he could have the ride back, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, at least favourite saying, yeah. Well, I've got a few actually in the last 24 hours, but we'll.
We've done well, haven't we?
Yeah. No, I won't put you off. Do you want me to whiz on to my next one?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Right, the Hungerford Group 2. Let's be honest, it was a very weak Group 2, but it's still, there are no bad Group 2s, just ones that are not as good.
It's kind of one of them races I thought was a Group 3, but I couldn't believe it's a Group 2. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jumbie, wow, very impressive winner under Will Buick.
Yes, it did take off, didn't it? Yeah.
The horse that took my eye, and I think might be under the radar improver, was the 4th here, only a neck off 3rd. Primo Bacchio, trained by Ed Walker, ridden by Richard Kingscote on Saturday. Now, I think Kingscote had a bit of a problem here because Primo Bacchio can be very keen.
Yes.
And it did its party piece, was playing up a bit before, very keen early on. And then once he let it down and let it go, it seems to hit a bit of a flat spot. So it's typical when a horse is fighting for its head, when the jockey eventually then says, fair enough, I've been fighting you for 2-3 furlongs, lets it go. Often you can see a sort of shock in the horse. You can go forward now. Yeah. And it hit this flat spot. But I love the way this finished. I think this is it's got a big race in it. Perhaps not a Group 2 or even a Group 3, but this horse has been, if you look at the races it's been in, it's really had some very, very tough shouts.
Yeah.
So beaten in a Group 2.
Ran well at Goodwood, didn't she?
Yeah, 2 1/4 lengths. Before that, he got beaten by Asculo. He was only beaten less than 4. He was off 105 that day. He was dropped to 103. Now, I wouldn't have thought he'd go up. Then at 107, he's got beat by Prosperous Voyage, 6 lengths. Well, that horse is a proper Group 1 machine.
Yeah.
And then he was 3rd at Ascot to Saffron Beach in a race that's worked out well. Now, he's only won, last time he won was the 14th of May last year. So you might think, well, it's a funny eye catcher. He never wins. But I think now Walker is going to have to say to the owners, look, we're going to have to drop our sights here to maybe like listed level. Now, probably stay at 103. I don't think he'll get put up for Saturday. I don't think he'll get put down. But that's the sort of mark, if he runs to that, a listed race or a week 3 should be really in its grasp. Yeah. And you might get a good price as well. This because of the long unbeaten run. And I wonder if he'll go back somewhere like York late season where they have that listed race.
Yes, and she's won there as well, hasn't she? She's won at York.
Yeah, I think you go back to where you've won.
Yeah.
Get a win into it, and then this may well be retired at the end of the season.
Yeah, she's definitely a funny one. I can see, because normally she's held up for a late run, and she was trying to make the most of she's prominent all the way in a fast run race, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. And we look at the race she won. That was over 7. Philly Stakes, listed.
Yeah.
She absolutely flew home, beating Snow Lantern and Creative Flair. That's good form. She's capable of routing a listed field. And she could well be a decent price because of the long...
And she might even squeeze into a decent handicap as well for 100.
Well, that would be the other thing. Would you look at?
Well, they probably won't because they're probably after black type, more black type with her, aren't they? Really, but
yeah, I don't think they've got.
I love a good handicap, mate.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just wish we could get in one, but yeah.
So I'm going to have to wrap it up a bit, unfortunately. I've just we've got the 2 weeks today. So it's Pistoletto and Snash for me. And how about you, mate?
The Kevin Ryan one.
Macchio and the Kevin Ryan. That's right.
Yeah, in the 130. Yeah, and Pistoletto reminds me we're going to be at York tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Have a good one, mate. I'm going to have to wrap it up because I'm having trouble with me Zoom today. See you later,
Cheers, guys. Have a good week, everybody. Have a great York.
End meeting for all. Right.
Still recording, mate.
Not recording.